afternoon or early evening, everybody. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Jon Hagmaier.
Welcome to the World Series of Board Gaming 2025. What year is this?
2025
of the World Series of Board Gaming.
Yeah, it's the year 4.
Year 4.
This is the 4th year. Yep. We've started 22 was the first, and so this is our 4th year.
So before we jump in today, this is an introduction to everything that's going on. We got live streams. We're going to cover many of the games that are being played for championships. In fact, later in 3.5 hours or 3 hours, we're going to be showing off the World Championship of Azul.
Yep.
And then a few hours after that, at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, you'll be seeing the first ever White Castle Championship game.
Yep.
So before we do that, why don't you tell folks who you are in case they don't know and what we're watching?
Yeah. I am Jon Hagmaier, and I run the World Series board gaming, and we came up with this concept 4 years ago, and basically what we wanted to do was crown the greatest board gamer in the world, and that's where we started, and it's really just exploded from there. But we have the main event, just like they do in World Series of Poker, where we have 16 what we call ring events, and every tournament there's a winner that wins a ring, an actual World Series ring. And then we have 4 games of 4 in the semifinals of random games out of those 16 picked for them to play, and then a random game for the final out of what's left of those that table of 4 for the finals. And from there, what happened is, keep in mind the way tournaments run, some people get knocked out in the first round, and every day we have 4 tournaments running of the ring events. So we started last year with a thing we called the Phoenix Games. And the Phoenix Games is rising out of the ashes. We did those with just the ring events. So if you lost in the first round, you could put $25 in and
lose in the second.
Well, you could put $25 in, and then we would start another tournament outside called the Phoenix Games for that ring event. And if you won 2 games, you won $250 in cash.
But there's Phoenix Games also for games that aren't even part of the World
Series. This year, all the publishers, we have amazing relationships with so many publishers now, along with some other groups that I'll talk about in a minute. But now we have Phoenix Games that you can run. We run for everything from all the ring events to War of the Ring to where you can buy in and play and get cash payouts, all the way to every night we're going to be running a werewolf. We're going to crown the first werewolf world champion.
All right, so why don't you explain a little bit about how that's possible?
Well, the way it works is each night there'll be different groups that'll end up winning, as if you've ever played werewolf, and then out of those groups they'll vote who the best person was, and that's the person that the teams that'll move on each night, and we'll have multiple werewolf games going on, and then the final night the same way, the person who will get the trophy that'll be voted on by the final group that ends up winning. So yeah, everybody's really excited about it. We'll see how it goes. We're pretty neat. And then what we did this year, because we have all these Phoenix games, is we have the Phoenix title belt, WWE style title belt for the Phoenix champion, the person that basically has scored the most points through just the Phoenix games, and they'll have a full stay and play next year given to them, plus the title belt. But they do have to wear the title belt every day next year as they play here. So. Just different things like that. The main thing.
Can you make title suspenders?
That would be really cool.
No one thinks about suspender wearers.
I would tell you that would probably be the 900th thing on my mind, but that I can.
That's pretty high, actually.
I can move it up.
I appreciate it.
But I would tell you the best thing about the World Series is the family atmosphere. The only way I can describe it, the closeness, the relationships that people have here. And they build upon it each year, and it's just fun to watch and fun to be part of.
So if you're wondering how the World Series works, there are 16 different games.
Yep.
There are a couple new ones this year.
Yep.
Or there's one new one, is it? Just White Castle?
Yes, just one.
Replacing fan unfavorite, Ticket to Ride. Mm-hmm. My favorite. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, listen. So just so you know this, each year they're going to be now, because we're now going to be going in next year, our 5th year, there'll be games coming in and out. There might be one new game, but there might be 2 games that we've taken out of the World Series from previous years that we want to put back in again. So I would always say to you, you never know. Ticket to Ride on Saturday, you can find out maybe Ticket to Ride is back in 2025. You never know. So,
Yeah, so keep an eye for that stream. We'll talk about that. But there's 16 different games, and they range from lighter games like Azul,
4 categories. Yeah.
and then to all heavy games like Great Western Trail.
Yes, and every day there are 4 tournament games, 4 categories. There is a heavy, a mid, a light, and then we have what we call a wild card, which is like your raw, your acquire, things like that we put into play. So if one of those games comes out, a similar type of game has to replace it.
Yeah, someone actually asked there, how do you choose the games that are played?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's based upon various data points, whether it's how many attendees have come, to what kind of I'll say momentum. Oh, thank you very much. Look at this is the Phoenix title.
Oh, now it goes right over here.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at the Phoenix title.
Back
belt.
to the chair.
Yeah.
The only time I get to touch
This is from Lift Arc Studio in Roanoke, Virginia. Spike, if you ever meet
This
a
is
big
some
board gamer,
depth to it.
he designed it and they had it built, and it's just beautiful. Well done. The craftsmanship is just absolutely beautiful. So, anyway, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one of these giant belt buckles.
Yeah. You always got to.
I just figure if someone's going to shoot me, they're going to shoot me in the waist.
That would probably be not the place, but still, you never know. It could happen. But so the question being on how the game's chosen, Board Game Geek. You've got now we have BGA.
Board Game Arena?
Yep, Board Game Arena. We have a really strong partnership with them. So there's things in the momentum of a game. White Castle just had massive momentum. And so all those things, and there's many other data points that play a factor in it. And sometimes we might be talking about a game 1 year and we wait a whole nother year before we put it in. So that's basically how they're all picked.
So there's these 16 games, and each day the games will start at various times. Like the first game today started at 9.
That's your
at
4
1
hour
at 10,
game.
11, and 12.
Yep. 4 hour game, 3 hour game, 2 hour game, 1 hour game. Yep.
And so after each game, a good chunk of everyone's eliminated.
Yep.
The winners will then go. They'll get a little bit of time off and then start a second round until we get to the final games. 2 of the 4 final games will be aired on our channel
Every
now,
night.
and then the other 2 will go up later throughout the course of the year.
That's correct.
Then in the morning, those 4 winners will be awarded
Yep.
with their fancy rings.
They will.
And then we do 4 more games.
Yes.
So what happens after all 16 games are done?
So
This
Wednesday
is,
night.
Monday night.
This will be Monday night.
Yes.
Monday night around 11 o'clock, 11:30 when the final game is done.
Midnight.
Maybe midnight. And now let me just say, Tom Vasel came out the first year and became helping me figure out how do we set that up and draw it. So Tom and myself.
Okay,
and
don't throw this on me.
I am. And so basically I want you to think of it like this. The easiest way to explain it is there's 16 ring winners and there's 4 tables of 4. So there's 4 players at your table. You've each won a ring game to get there. Those 4 games come out and then your semifinal game is randomly chosen. Whether you know how to play it or not is irrelevant. You have 9 hours to learn. We've had, haven't we, Tom? We've had people stand up and say, "Can somebody teach me how to play X?" And people stay up for 9 hours. Once again, that family atmosphere. You'll get people telling them.
Family atmosphere. Stay up all night.
Stay up all night. Absolutely. Hey, I grew up a family of 7, but we always stayed up all night. So,
Good parenting.
yeah, I had great parenting. Great parenting. Bud and Carol, they were awesome. But, so that's how those are chosen. And then we have 4 winners out of the semifinals. They come in, so at 9 o'clock on Tuesday, semifinals go, which we will air though.
We'll air one of the 4.
those. We'll air one of those. The other 3 will be recorded and put up. And then you have 4 winners. They come out. We do the first thing. First thing we do is they've each won 2 games to get there. They come out of the bag.
So that could be up to 8 games.
Could be up to 8 games.
It'll be probably, it's a minimum of like 5 to 8 games are completely gone.
Gone. They're automatically
16.
taken out. Yep. Nobody can play in the finals of a game they've already won. And then whatever's left, they each sit back to back. They get a piece of paper. They cannot talk to each other, and they can veto a game that is in that bag. Now, sometimes, haven't we, Tom? They all veto the same game because they can't talk to each other. So whatever gets vetoed comes out of the bag, and then we instantly, right at that time, we reach in, pick the final game. They must go in and play for all the cash and prizes.
They have enough time to go to the bathroom, and that's about it. They might eat a piece of pizza.
Eat a piece of pizza. They have to go in and play it, and the winner gets between cash and prizes. It comes out to about $50,000 for the winner. And there's cash and prizes from cash goes 25,000 to the winner, 10,000 to second place, 5,000 to third place, and 1,000 to fourth place.
2,000. Well, the same person wins fourth place every year, so you don't need to worry about that.
He does, doesn't he? We just keep giving him 1,000.
So to win the whole thing, you have to win 3 games. The one that you entered.
You have to win 3 tournaments. Yes.
Well, 3 tournaments, and then you have to win the whole tournament of 1 game.
Yep.
And then you have to win 2 other games. So you need to know 3 of the 16. So you could just take a chance.
Yes, you could.
And memorize 3 games and hope that they. In fact, Angela did that a bit in year 2
and took a chance.
Her number 1 game was
Gaia Project,
but she didn't win that tournament.
No,
because she hoped that would be in the second round, and she
correct.
got it.
Yes, she didn't. Yeah, and in the semifinals, Angela got drawn into Gaia Project, and just, I mean, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even. She just walked through there, and then she was in the finals, and it was Splendor.
Yeah, Splendor was the final that year. So you never know. Sometimes people will veto. The first couple of years, people vetoed big, heavy games. Like, I don't know Great Western Trail. Mm-hmm. But last year, people vetoed the smaller games because they wanted a chunkier game for the final.
Yeah, I think Azul. I think they already knocked out.
So you mentioned people stay up the night before, so they go, okay, I'm in the Acquire tournament. I don't know Acquire that well, so they'll practice Acquire
all night.
But they also need to be cognizant of
what's left
beyond that too.
Right.
So they're going to be playing a lot of other games now. These games are all set up out there in the open gaming.
Yep.
Each of the 16 games is out there. You can sit down and play them now if people aren't playing them. There's also people practicing them.
Yep.
We mentioned that there's 1 new game this year, and that is White Castle. But there's technically 1.5 new games because
Dune Uprising.
Dune and Pyramids changed to Dune Uprising, which is a pretty substantial change in many ways. You're going to have to reconfigure your strategies for that.
Yeah, for sure. And what's nice with us too, Tom just mentioned the open gaming. Dice Tower West is just amazing. Tim and Dave do a wonderful job. It is people love coming for that library. That is probably one of our top investments that we've made from the World Series board gaming is bringing them in to have that library there. They're just amazing. And then they set up, like Tom said, they set up all the ring games are already out there for people to practice and get ready.
And there's a few other hot games that are consistently set up there.
Oh, yeah.
The new Fellowship of the Ring is out there, the Lightning Train, and a few other games set up there, but there's also people playing everything because a lot of people come and bring folks with them who are not in the tournaments.
Right.
And also, there's always the small possibility. It's not even a small possibility. 75% of everyone's going to lose that first round.
Right.
And so they can go out there if they don't want to play in a Phoenix game. So they might.
Right.
They might just want to cool down. You can play all sorts of things. And Tim has put together 25 shelves of hot games.
Just amazing.
New games, old games that are classics, and people are out there playing stuff all over the place.
Yeah, and this year, we're going to, probably this weekend with the amount of walk-ins we'll have this year, because you can walk in on the weekend and buy a ticket for just the weekend if that's what you want to do. So where you can open gaming and Phoenix tournaments, you can do both for just coming in, walking in, having an open gaming ticket. We're going to get close to about 1,000 people this year between the ring players and then open gaming players. So
there's definitely been there's a wide swath of difference between these Phoenix tournaments. So, for example, on the low end, there is Strike.
Yeah, right.
Which is literally just throwing dice into a cup.
Where I learned to play that down in Dice Tower. Go ahead. Yeah, when I went down to visit you, we played Strike.
Well, we didn't play Strike because I wouldn't have taught that to you.
I know.
I have respect for you.
I appreciate that.
Okay, I don't.
I did lose.
All right.
But, okay.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, I saw Weather Machine and Diplomacy.
Yeah, with Diplomacy, Renegade has done an amazing job. They sent out one of their top guys to run the tournament, Thomas Hauber. He comes in and his team, and they put massive prizes too. Renegade, they've done a great job. So this is their national championship in a sense. So diplomacy is done over, say, 3 days, I think it is done over, and it is absolutely. They have a big floor map. They go all out. They've done a great job. I can't say enough about Renegade.
Inventions. Thank you, Chris. It's not Weather Machine. I'm thinking of Lacerda, but I'm thinking of the
I
wrong
let
one.
him go. I was going to correct him, but I didn't feel like I had the right to correct Tom Vasel on his live stream. So
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was.
that's exactly what it was, Tom. Exactly.
Oh, good. Then he's giving out $100,000 to every. You gonna correct that?
Yeah, I'll correct that. Let me correct that. Tom is going to give out $100,000 of free cruises for all of you. Whoever's on this live stream, call Tom Vasel right now.
555. Hey, though, if you do have questions for John and you want to know some stuff about the World Series, you can ask in the chat, and we will task him with these tough questions. What's your favorite game?
In the world?
Yeah.
To play? Oh, wow. So
You have like a list of 6.
I know. Yeah. So I've decided in the world as I play, I'll do 3 different categories for you. So in the wargaming that I grew up in crazy playing, hands down, Britannia is one of the greatest games ever invented in the world. Number 2, probably just in the new Euro, that type of game, which is the opposite of how I was brought up in the gaming. Absolutely, I love Terraforming Mars, and Ark Nova, I think, is just so well done, and I really enjoy that. And for the old school people, I don't know if I'm in a gaming thing called Stratomatic Baseball that we grew up playing as kids, and Stratomatic has done a great online world, and so anyway, those are my probably three categories of favorite games.
Speaking of Terraforming Mars, there's going to be several live games where we're just playing them for your entertainment.
Yes, we are, Tom. The key to that is I learned to play Terraforming Mars down in Dice Tower in December of last year for the first time I've ever played.
I remember hearing you yell.
Yeah, and I lost. Stephen Bonacore was part of that group. Now keep in mind it was Nick and Cliff, ring winners, and
What place did you come in?
I took 4th out of the 4 of them, but I did get up at the table and I looked at Bonacore and I said, I will never ever lose to you again in this game. And I've spent the last year on BGA, Board Game Arena. I'm gonna say that again, which is that has got to be one of the greatest websites, greatest apps ever invented. If you're not on there, you're just crazy. You gotta get on there. So I would tell you, I have practiced a lot to make sure I never lose to Steve Bonacore ever again.
But why am I collateral damage in this?
So you're collateral damage because you're this superstar. Everybody loves Tom. So we got to get people to watch it. They're not going to watch Hagmaier and Bonacore.
I would come watch.
Oh, yeah, you
I
would.
have paid money.
Listen, I would tell you, if you want to pay money to get out and put it into the charity event, you're more than welcome to. We can do a replacement. I have no problem with that. We'll see how that goes.
This has been a long con. All right, we got some questions from people watching.
Yep.
But before there are other games coming, like we'll be playing Codenames and Explorers of Navoria
Yep.
and other games live, so
Yep.
keep an eye out for that.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Which ring tournament, asked Keith, are you looking forward to the most?
That I look forward to.
Like you watch? It could be anything. We'll let you take.
The one ring, I would tell you, and there's a reason, is probably the two, and that's not because I really love them and like them, but Terraforming Mars and Ark Nova each have one player in there that have been so dominant. I'm waiting to see if somebody beats them, because that would be like epic. I mean, and when I say dominant, these guys, and Brass too. Brass is another one.
Who's that? Who's the dominant player in Brad? Nick?
Yuka.
Yuka.
Yeah. But and by the way, Roxley, it's just been amazing too. They've done an amazing job with doing a lot for the World Series. But I would tell you, if I had to pick it to see Terraforming, if just because he's won it every year, Levi. If somebody's gotten to where, keep in mind now, the world's changing. Where once again, I can't tell you, and I won't tell you live how many games I played of Terraforming Mars in the last.
You actually literally mentioned it in this morning's live stream.
Oh, I did. It was
You can't go erase that.
okay. So anyway, Yeah, I would say that that's probably one. I would, and just for the just for the just for the sense of just to see if they can have four in a row, or these are so there's a lot of excitement in those different things. Yeah. So
All right, then we have, are there categories of games, asked Jonathan, that you won't consider?
a category of game that we won't the for the so the reason like an example would be from a wargaming perspective or something like that. It's the length of time that those things can go, and there's the group of people in the world, and we do hold a War of the Ring, and we did Twilight Struggle and War of the Ring championships here, but they weren't ring events. They're just hard to like two-player games are hard to fit in.
Yep, two-player games are hard to do.
Yeah, we
From a tournament perspective.
yeah, it's people have to understand tournament time. All these things play a role in this. Now we have figured out as we grow, and we are growing, that once we break 1,000, well over 1,000, we're probably going to run 32 tournament. We'll run a 16 path and a 16 path, and then we'll have a two-player game in the middle to see who. We've really Shane McBee.
Wait,
has
what?
thought through this. I know, crazy, isn't it? But we're thinking it through. If we got the 2,000 players,
Chris just had a heart attack.
how would we do it?
All
So
the games
we have to think this
stream.
through. We have to think out the future. What's it going to be like?
In 5 years,
So,
it'll be the
yeah.
64.
So category, I mean, but I would tell you, we are talking to, we're trying to talk to Mattel. We're trying to talk to the various major players in the sense of whether it's an Uno World Championship or we're okay doing all of those. Would they be in the ring event would be the question. And
It's also hard to fit cooperative games in,
very hard, right?
because they're their own ball game, or
Yeah.
there's big, long campaign games. There's a lot of games that just
You just can't do
don't
it,
fit, or
right?
there's
Just can't
games
do
that
it.
no one's ever heard of.
Right. Nobody would sign up to play, right?
Right.
Or you have very few. So that plays a factor. I mean, we're not, we're not going to run a 5-player ring event.
All right, a young man named Chris asks, which games in the World Series of Wargaming do you still need to learn to play? So there are 16
all right.
games. How many do you
All
not
right,
know
well,
how to
read
play?
them off and I'll tell you. So here we go. Let's go with. Let's start with today. We had first game was Terraforming Mars.
You
No,
played that. You've mentioned that.
yeah, know that one. Second game was Brass. I have never played Brass Birmingham. I haven't played Brass yet. Third game was White Castle. I haven't played White Castle. Fourth game was Azul. I have played Azul.
So you're 2 for 4.
2 for 4. Tomorrow is the lineup. I'll just go through the lineup. Let me pull it up. Hang on. Let me do it that way. I'm going to pull it up. We have walk-in music, just so everybody knows. We line everybody up, and we actually do have walk-in music.
Oh, so you have it as your
Yeah,
playlist?
Yeah, I play it on my playlist. So tomorrow, I have not played Earth. I have played Dune.
You should play Earth, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid to play Earth because I just get so I don't know if I have a very addictive personality. So like with Arc Nova, I learned to play Arc Nova in the spring, and yes, I've played 600 of those games on BGA too. But my ELO is rocking and rolling there. So Earth I have not played. Dune I have. Cascadia I have. And then Raw, I have not played Raw because I think I would probably be the guy who would be
You would lose so badly because you would push your luck too much, I think.
probably, but it would be fun. It would be exciting.
That would be a fun game to play live with you.
I would tell you that and Ready Set Bet. You never know what could happen with that.
Well, we don't want to kill every gamer out there.
Then the next day is Wingspan. I have played Wingspan. And by the way, Connie Vogelman, who did
Wormspan.
is here with her husband. They're here playing in the tournament, and they're one of our guests. And Jacob Frixellis is here, who designed Terraforming Mars, and he's out there meeting with people. We bring as many designers as we can in. 'Cause we want the
Is it
people around.
Maxime here, designer of Earth? Yeah.
Maxime's here. Yep. And then Spanish Castle. Why'd we do Spanish Castle for? Trying to think what's after Wingspan
Is it Choir?
What is
Castles
it?
of Burgundy.
Castles of Burgundy. That's Spanish Castle. That's why.
Have you played it?
I have not played Castles of Burgundy. And then we have is it Cascadia? Is next? Yeah, I have played Cascadia. Heat. I have not played Heat.
Why?
I know, right? And then the next morning, Arc Nova. I have absolutely played Arc Nova. I have not played Great Western Trail. I have played Acquire. And the last game is Splendor, and I have played Splendor. So
All right.
I played most of them.
You played a lot of them.
Now, keep in mind, a lot of those I played I would go over to Shane McBee's house and I would say, all right, teach me a World Series game. And we would go play. Because I get obsessive about one game and I want to be the greatest at it. That comes from having 5 brothers and sisters, or seven kids in our family. So I was the baby boy out of all those boys. And so I was constantly having to learn how to be great at something.
Who was this Shane we're talking about?
Shane McBee is our tournament director. He runs the basically don't think about running the actual tournament. He oversees all the people running the tournaments. We have a massive staff that we bring in to ensure that there's no cheating and all the rules are met and followed. And but Shane and I have known each other a very long time. So we started in PresCon together 25 years ago, and we've been close ever since. So that's where I learned how to play History of the World in Britannia. So, I was there. So anyway,
Thanks, Shane.
thank you, Shane.
And Bonagor for teaching him Terraforming Mars.
Yes.
So someone asked, how big is the gaming library for casual play? Well, there's 25 shelves plus card games. I would guesstimate that there's around 2,000 games.
Well, I saw on Tim's app that I know they have 3,600. That isn't all of them.
Right, that's a total amount.
That's a total amount.
So it's about
I think it brings
half.
right around 2,000 games. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Is there who is an underrated player we should look out for?
Underrated player. Wow.
John.
Every year I will tell you, there's somebody that nobody looked at, nobody thought of, that's not on their Discord BGA or Discord BGG, and then they come in and literally just walk like an Angela Tao. Angela had never played in a tournament in her entire life, and she came in and just walked through everything.
Well, you have different winners every time.
Every time. We've never had a repeat World Series champion. No. So, I would tell you look out for. We've had a whole group come over from Singapore.
Yeah, I met them.
Yeah. They, I think 12 people flew in from Singapore. Singapore now they're going to run a very large tournament. It's a qualifier, right, Chris? That's what it is. And then we're making a huge Arc Nova announcement. Fordland and Capstone are doing a huge announcement. They're doing it in December. We're going to kind of pre-announce a little bit with that, not the actual one, but we'll be doing that.
It's a
on
trailer
Monday.
before the trailer.
It's the trailer before the trailer. It's kind of like one of those AI trailer things that we always get now that says, what if the Avengers really were another movie? So anyway.
So anyway, we're just at the very beginning here. This is we did a video this morning showing the kickoff.
So let me just do that one there. There'd be cool if there were teams. So we're discussing possibly, I have to get Shane's write-off on this. We have to figure it out, but I think we can figure it out in this way is we might let people team up next year in a sense of teams of 4, but they have to represent all 16 games. And then the team that wins will have a cash prize for the team win. But so if they represent all 16 games, there's no cheating because they would never play against each other, and because they're all playing different games. So we're talking about maybe doing that where people can team up as teams of 4, but they would have to they have to represent all 16 games. Yeah. So Jonathan, it would be really cool if we could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so each morning.
Don't scratch my buckle. I hope whoever outlaws 777. I hope they absolutely win the belt now. I really do. So
We're being careful.
We are.
I'm gonna sneeze on it in a second.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Kill it.
Oh, we gotta prepare people for
All right,
the belt.
go ahead.
Anyway, we have each morning. We're gonna be doing a video showing the winners from the previous night.
Yep.
And-
And the Phoenix winners.
And the Phoenix winners. So you'll see that each morning. And then each afternoon we'll have 1 or 2 different various plays of games, just showing off games and having fun with designers and Dice Tower people. And then each evening you'll see 2 games being you'll see someone from the Dice Tower and some other various people. In fact, you're going to see some designers and stuff show up in some of these games. Like Jackie Fox is going to be calling the shots one of these games. You said we got someone from DeVere,
DeVere
tonight during White Castle.
Yeah, Ricardo will be in. Jackie's coming in with what is it, Hard Rock 77. We're going to do that as a Phoenix game. We've got Jacob is here with Terraforming Mars. We've got Maxim. So our goal is to bring as many designers here as we can. Eventually, we'd like to have possibly 16 to 20 designers where the players can absolutely ask questions.
Well, it's going to be easier to do when you have 32 games.
Yeah.
Or 64.
You never know. You never know where it's going to go, people. Hey, the NCAA's tournament started out like 8 teams or whatever. You never know what will end up happening. You never know as you grow. So.
All right, before we shut down, any last things you have to tell everybody?
You know, I would say this is a lot of people started out 4 years ago saying I would never come to the World Series because it's competitive and I'm not competitive and I don't want to be part of that and this and that. And we are, I would tell you if you just took the time to come out, and even if it was starting with open gaming, you're going to find out what a special place this is and a really special group of people. And I would tell you before you judged anything, come out and experience it for yourself, and then make your own true opinion from your experience. But I would guarantee you'll have the greatest experience on earth when you come. So
there you go, folks. Well, we'll be back later on today. So the next event is going to be at 6 o'clock, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And that's going to be Azul. So come back and join. Who's announcing the Azul? Z Garcia. Is he here in Vegas? He is. He's right now at the craps table winning all kinds of money for Dice Tower. That's not true. But he'll be back here tonight. So come back and join us then. And we'll see you then. Until then, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Jon Hagmaier.
We're going to go duke it out right now. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.